Hello, and a very warm welcome back to the Give Me a Whole Year Wrestling podcast. My name is Ant, and this right here is...
Ollie, Ollie, Ollie!
That's right, the Becky Lynch to my Charlotte Flair. We are reviewing NXT episode 9 today from the 21st of November, back in Birmingham at the Insomniac Gaming Festival. We had some great comments on the last video. I'm just going to read a couple now, and we'll save a couple for the next episode as well. Thank you for commenting. If you enjoyed the episode and agree with us, disagree with us, whatever, let us know what you think, and we'll read it out on the episode and talk a little bit about it. That'd be awesome. Manfred Bazarov. Man, I'm going to struggle with the name Zaya, and I've got the name Bazarov. It's a cool name, man. Said that he thought that Birmingham was better than Cambridge.
I think in some ways it was.
I agree.
Think the actual setup of it is, but I think the sound quality is not as good.
Yeah, that was one of the things that we talked about last episode, but I think we only focused on the bad as opposed to saying like the entrance ramp is really good. A lot better and stuff
the
like
hard
that.
cam position is way better.
Way better, yeah.
Absolutely.
It feels more like a traditional show. So no, I can agree with you. He also says Kelly Williams is going for a Back to the Future Marty McFly gimmick.
Yeah, I can kind of get behind that. I think it's still the lucky thing that just I'm hung up on. Yeah, I just don't get the lucky thing. That's all. Like I don't know. I can't remember Marty McFly having like a lucky gimmick. but I see what you mean. Like he's going for that. I get it, but I think like I still don't get the lucky thing.
No, I agree.
I think if you want to sell yourself as a performer and as a talent, don't go like, well, everything I've done is just luck. I just lucked out loads. I'm well fluky, me. Do you know? You don't get a professional footballer or like whatever kind of going like,
I was just lucky.
Yeah, I'm not good. I'm just lucky. I just right place, right time.
Yeah. You wouldn't get the best pay if that's what you were selling yourself. And he said that he thought that the Drake and Bate match was good. I think it was going to be more one-sided than he expected.
Yeah.
I think I was just disappointed at the fact it felt like a Paul Bate match. And I didn't think that Drake's offense was hard-hitting enough.
I think every Bate match is good.
Yeah.
I think every match we've had from Tyler Bate is good. Is better than most of what we get on Monday Night Raw, Tuesday Night SmackDown. Day in, day out, it's better.
Yeah.
I think maybe what we edged around the idea was, and maybe didn't explain it very well, was that Tyler Bate matches are normally better than that.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a bad match, but it was a bad Tyler Bate match. Yeah. Because they're normally so
epic,
good.
Yeah, and it didn't sell Drake very well for me either. But we'll see. I mean, Drake's moving on to Gibson.
Episode 9 either, I don't think.
No, but we'll get into that in a bit. So stick with us. If you're enjoying the episodes, please hit that thumbs up button. It really helps us out. Even if you just watch the entire episode, it really helps us out. Put it on in the background, do some cooking, play some soccer.
Listen to my sweet, sweet droney voice.
And hit us up on Facebook.
And hit that bell.
Hit that ring bell. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah. And also hit us up on Facebook and Twitter, and we'll let you know when the newest videos are out. So into the first match.
Yep.
It's Zaya Brookside. Got it right. Boom. Versus Rhea Ripley. Zaya Brookside, the daughter of Robbie Brookside.
Yeah, which is funny because so he's like he's been champion in many different promotions in the UK, in the US and stuff. He works as a trainer at NXT, I think, at the moment.
Cool.
But what's really funny about that is that Robbie Brookside's like 6'3". And Zaya Brookside is about 2'8". Like, it's really strange just to see like just how small a person came from such a large person.
Yeah. What do you think of a gimmick? Like it's all right. It's fun.
Do you know what? She's almost like I don't think they're necessarily like directly. These gimmicks are directly related, but she almost feels like the complete antithesis to Ruby Riott. I feel like if you put those two in the ring, it would be like a proper contrast. Do you know what I mean? Like she's like all bright and colourful, but still got that kind of punky element.
Yes.
Whereas like Ruby Riott's like the kind of hardcore like Moshe style version of that.
Well, speaking of contrast between two wrestlers, Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, I know.
Like you can tell like she's got a very similar gimmick in terms of the alternative gimmick to Toni Storm.
Yeah,
but it's just done slightly different to make it really work. Like Toni Storm's got more of a glam thing going on. Rhea Ripley's got more of a screamer thing going on.
She's great,
and that's gonna lead to a great feud.
And Rhea Ripley is 5'7". She looks 6'2" in the ring.
She's a beast.
Like she looks huge.
Yeah,
but I think it's just because they've done a really good job of putting her alongside Like they
Smaller
always,
competitors.
like it was like in the Mae Young Classic, they put her against Casey Catanzaro. I think her name is Catanzaro.
Right.
And she's like this, American Ninja Warrior. So she's like really athletic. She does all these crazy moves in the ring where she does like handstands and flips on the rope. It's really bizarre. Like if you get a chance, go back and watch it. It's really
cool.
good. But they pair her with Rhea Ripley, and Rhea Ripley just comes out of it looking like this behemoth. Like she looks like because Casey Catanzaro is about 4 foot as well.
Yeah, and this is what is really great about this match. Xia goes to shake the hand at the start of the match, but Ripley pushes her face away, and
I love that. Like,
she
probably goes for that.
She does,
yeah.
Like, she just goes, whoa. Like, I loved Rhea Ripley in this match. The way that she was constantly talking trash to Xia, that was really fun, and disrespecting her a lot of the time as well. Ripley turns a hurricanrana into a buckle bomb. That was great.
Really good. Yeah.
Really nice. Audience chanting for Xia, but it felt like there wasn't much effort. I think the audience knew that Ripley was taking it.
I think it's hard to tell exactly when during Insomnia that these were actually like filmed. I think that and it's throughout these next 2 episodes. At times the crowd felt really dead. I think they were just exhausted from so much wrestling. Like,
probably. It's a lot of wrestling, man.
Because I mean, if we get 6 hours worth of content out of it, imagine how much was cut.
It might have been over 2 days, but yeah.
Well, I don't know if it was because I keep seeing the same guy in the same spot in the audience. So I think
some people get there really early to ensure they get the same spot, dude, and they get the spot that you want. But I actually, Is it 6 episodes we had in Cambridge?
Yeah,
it was. Yeah, because last week was at Birmingham.
Yeah.
Ripley just felt like earthed, grounded. Yeah. She felt like she could just pick up the much smaller Xia, deadlift her easily, and that was perfect for Rhea Ripley to sell her. Ripley ends up getting the pump handle power bomb, calling it a Riptide for the win. I think Ripley needs to work a little bit on the selling, and I didn't believe it in this match.
Watch her sell in the Mae Young Classic. I don't know which way round. I don't know if the Mae Young Classic was filmed before.
It was filmed after.
It was filmed after. Yeah. Okay, so.
Oh, hang on. Was it filmed after? It was shown.
It was shown. It's shown before. I don't know if it was filmed before or after. I don't know. Okay. But Rhea Ripley. I think it was in her match with Casey Catanzaro. Her selling in that is She bumps around for Katie Cat. They wanted to obviously make Casey look great. She was like an American Ninja Warrior. Yeah. But she was proper. Like some of her sells were hilarious and incredible. Right. So I think
it just felt a little bit over the top at times for me, and then not enough at other times, and just a bit unnatural. Sort of a really big land on the mat and flip yourself over type thing. I thought it was okay. I thought it was a good introduction to the episode. I'm looking forward to seeing Ripley work with Dakota Kai in the semi-finals, and that's in the next episode, so stay tuned for that.
Standing Cloverleaf is also very cool.
It was.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
We'll see a bit
she
more
does
of that
it again in the next match as well. Yeah. Standing Cloverleaf, interesting. Yeah.
I think I'll talk about it in the next episode, but I think there's more to come from that, but I think it's a good move.
Ratsiki. The interviewer interviews Drake and Gibson.
Ratsiki. Yeah. Oh, of course, we could have Ratsiki.
I just don't
Every time you say it, I go, have I missed a segment? Like, what? Who is that? I look at my notes like...
What? He interviews Drake and Gibson. I ask a pointless question, and Gibson puts a stop to it, saying it's quite nice how Gibson takes over the interview. It's sort of clever. Says that him and Drake have been friends for 13 years, and the tag team titles look really nice.
Yeah.
Ratsiki.
Yeah,
his facial expressions, man, do my head in. He's like this when Gibson's talking. Whoa. Oh.
Yeah, I think he's been given like a broadcasting memo from WWE, and I think he's taken it way too literally.
Someone needs to burn that memo.
Yeah, well, that's needed to happen for a long time. A few points on this one. We talked last week about Gibson and Drake. And the tag titles, we were really hoping it wasn't going to go that way.
It's going that way.
It's very clearly going that way, which is sad. James Drake said absolutely nothing in that interview. It was all Gibson, and Gibson is money.
Absolutely,
Gibson is so good on the money.
He's money outside of the tag team division.
We don't want him in the tag team.
I don't want him in the tag team division.
Just very slight side note. just before this segment, they did a they do like the later on the show, coming up later, this thing. The picture of Eddie Dennis that they used for that thing,
it was
where he was like,
awkward.
he was pulling this really bizarre face.
Yeah.
And it's like they've moved away from him. We'll talk about him when we get to Eddie Dennis, but that was weird, man.
Yeah,
I don't like what they're doing.
Well, we're talking about Eddie Dennis in the next match, but briefly we see the Coffees and Wolfgang attacking Trent Seven backstage with a flight case. Something that was shown on exclusive last week on the WWE YouTube.
Yeah. I don't like it.
No, I didn't like it.
No.
It was a bit much. The whole flight case supported by another flight case.
As someone who's been the victim of a flight case fairly recently, you probably won't be able to see that, but like I got my hand crushed between two flight cases at work.
I just thought you painted one nail.
No, just half of
just
one
half
nail.
of one nail. Yeah.
No, having a very clearly empty flight case balanced on your leg is not going to hurt.
No, but it was balanced on another case as well.
No, there was like you could see.
So when
it
Trent
was where
Seven
it was behind.
moved his leg, the flight case just like stayed.
Yeah.
Come on. That's because me and you have worked with flight cases quite a lot. I don't think normal people would have cared about that.
Maybe it just. I watched it and I went, that wouldn't hurt. That's just so what, like flight case, particularly a very obviously empty one. Do you know what I mean? Like a flight case with like 200 kilos of stuff in it is gonna crush your leg, but an empty one is just gonna sit there and probably not bother you in the slightest.
Especially when you've got it.
Also, just slight note: if you then stamp on the flight case, the point of like, oh wow, what a crazy thing just happened, should be then, not. It felt like that was a very final
delayed
thing. And then Trent sort of pulled his leg out really easily after that, and like
went off and got a cup of tea.
Yeah, it just didn't. Considering that was a segment that went on the online a week ago, I just feel like they could have done more with that.
I get what you're saying. Next match we have Jack Starr versus Eddie Dennis. Eddie Dennis, I mean, it was built up so well, and I'm just not enjoying this so far.
What happened to his character?
It's just gone.
Like
it's just weird.
He's decided
to heel.
Well,
he puts his lip out
and does like all the time. I don't get it.
It's weird.
His promos building up. I was so excited about it,
and on the point, and about history.
And it wasn't about him being mad.
No, and
whereas
now
his matches seem to be about him being mad, which I don't
like
get.
it. I don't like it. When they get Eddie Dennis is looking like a basketball player with that singlet that's really low.
I wrote down when I watched this last night. He moves like a daddy longlegs with jazz hands. Because he's like all gangly, but then he keeps his hands up like that. It's really weird. Like, go back and watch it again, and you'll just see.
I see the daddy long legs with jazz hands. That's great. That's really no, man, you've completely ruined Eddie Dennis now. When they get him in the ring, we see the Steins difference. Starr tries to beat Dennis, but Dennis beats back, squashing him basically. There's a nice backbreaker in there. It's the lip thing that really annoys me.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
And the tongue thing,
too
I don't
obvious.
get it.
Too obvious.
He's really pushing this like, I'm crazy, and I don't get it.
No. It was bitterness that was the interesting thing about him, and now it's just craziness.
I'm Eddie Dennis.
Yeah. He did a nice. It was like a razor's edge into the turnbuckle.
Yeah,
that was cool. That was cool.
What is it though about NXT shows, NXT UK shows, and having repeated spots in all their matches? We keep getting buckle bombs now. Before it was corner sentons. I don't know what's happening. It's like match after match.
We're getting a lot of them. He gets his side finisher thing for the win. I didn't. It didn't feel like a very good squash.
That buckle bomb is called the Seven Bridge.
Is it?
Yeah, which will be the second time we've talked about a bridge on this show. Because we've also talked about the Humble.
The Humble Bridge.
Yeah. But the Severn Bridge is, if anyone doesn't know, is the bridge that crosses between Wales and southern England.
Right.
I just think it's a good name for a move.
No, I don't like it.
I like location-based moves.
I don't like location-based moves, man. I mean, where else could you have the
Angel of the North,
Wembley attack, Angel of the North,
Angel of the North.
Oh man, no, it's awful. It's awful. awful. Stop using locations as names. We see a backstage altercation between Mastiff and Tyson T-Bone, which Johnny Saint gets in the middle of.
Because that's a good idea.
Get in my office.
Get in my office, big lads.
Yeah, they should have both taken, at that point, like, all that should have happened is that both should have taken turns to squash Johnny Saint.
No, you've got to keep Johnny Saint strong for his inevitable, like, head teacher versus head teacher match with Eddie Dennis.
Oh, dear me. No, it was just, yeah, I was so
not the
disappointed
interesting build we were hoping for.
No, I was so disappointed by it.
We talked about that, so like, the idea of, you know, of them squashing other people and competing, and what we've got was...
That would have been really good.
Yeah, and what we've got was a brief blow-off match.
Well, that's in the next episode, so we'll talk about it a little more in the next episode. But
we build to that in this episode with a bit of a backstage confrontation. It went from what could have been very interesting to kind of meh.
Really meh. And really meh. And like I say, I had real issues with that next match as well. The next match on this card is Wild Boar Mike Hitchman. That's right, the pet of the Wyatt compound has been released versus Mark Andrews. No face mask tonight though for Wild Boar.
No, they've dropped the face mask, which I was disappointed by because I kind of liked it.
Yeah, it's really over the top, but it is really over the top. And
but it matches with like his horns. His horns,
yeah. Oh, dude,
he's great.
He
comes down to the ring like a freight train, though, doesn't he? He's like,
yeah, man. He's such a creative wrestler.
Yeah, he is.
Someone who's like blacked out the eyes and taken away the teeth.
Did he have the blacked out eyes?
Yeah, he did.
This time. I didn't notice.
Yeah. You know, I thought it was filmed slightly better as well than the first time. Andrews. Always. I mean, he's amazing.
He's really
incredible speed, incredible agility.
I hate his entrance music so much.
Really?
Yeah, it really does.
Fall out boy.
I hate it.
It's groovy.
And you can see like half of the audience are kind of going like, yeah, we're into this, and the other half going, this is really lame.
I mean, it's not my thing, but I can see why people... I don't mind it as a thing. I prefer that to Marty McFly. I'm lucky.
It's his band as well.
It is his band, yeah.
Make better music.
Keep as a wrestler. It don't bother me that much. So I didn't expect Wild Boar to do as much as he did in this match, and he really kept up with Mark Andrews. And Mark Andrews, so fast, so speedy, he was always there, ready to receive whatever move it was, even if it was a simple arm drag. He was right there on spot. You could tell that these two have worked together a lot. Commentary mentioned it, didn't they?
They're both Welsh lads.
From Wales.
There's a lot of Welsh lads on NXT UK. Actually.
There is a lot of them. There is, and there's a lot of Aussie lasses.
Yeah,
especially when 3 of your 4 semi-finalists are all Aussie lasses. The back scent on the apron looks good. Andrews at one point does an awesome power slide under Wild Boar, which is like a guitar power slide. You know,
he does. He did that against.
Love it.
I think Saxon Huxley in that tag match as well. I think.
Did he?
I quite like it.
Missed it.
Quite like it.
One of them. Do you know when you just want him to finish it off by going?
It is cool.
The moonsault from Andrews off the apron landed a little awkwardly as he sort of nearly collapsed on the floor.
So I think commentary could have sold that way better.
I think they could
rather than going, it doesn't look like he kind of got all of it. It could have been like he's minimised the damage to himself because he like landed and then like almost did a handstand out of it.
He did
to kind of safely land on his feet.
So
and I thought like, that was a really I thought he was going for an interesting variant on the outside moonsault, but they went, he didn't quite hit all of it, and it was an awkward. Whereas if he'd have gone, he's hit the moonsault and then like say, because how often do you see somebody wipe themselves out at ringside with
maybe
a
it
move
was
like that?
maybe it was just the commentary not selling it for me, and you're right, it's probably the commentary that made it look sloppy. Spear into back centre in the corner looked really great from Wild Boar. I love that spear actually. Andrews really sold it for him as well, which was good, and it felt like a competitive match. I didn't expect that when we saw that it was Andrews and Wild Boar, but I'm really happy that it was. Slam is reversed into Stundog Millionaire, which looked really cool.
It surprises me every time as well. I never see it coming. But it always comes from that same position, but I just never see it coming, and I'm always like, yes.
No, because he can use so many different things to get into it, and he really seems to have perfected how he's getting into that move, which is great. And then the shooting star press gets Andrews the win. I prefer the Slumdog Millionaire to the shooting star press.
I was thinking that.
Yeah.
I think
he does like a slap, doesn't he, as opposed to a full shooting star press.
Yeah, well, I think he's missed it twice. I think the two times we've seen it, because he does it again next episode and he lands it.
Oh no, but he did it last the Cambridge matches with Wolfgang.
Yeah. So I think he missed it. I think he missed it that time, and he missed it this time because he got so. I think he's going for so much hype to make it look really good, and I think it makes him fall slightly short. Right. But then in the next episode, he does one and he lands it full on.
So maybe it's where the opponent is in the ring.
Maybe. Yeah. I think he's going for height to make it look amazing, and then that's just meant that
and it does look different. It doesn't look like a normal shooting star press, like a Brock Lesnar shooting star press.
What, you mean he doesn't land on his head?
Man, you can't believe that Brock Lesnar used to do that all the time.
I know.
Isn't that mental? A great match. I really enjoyed it. Andrews is always good, but Wild Boar really impressed me as well. Yeah. I thought he really sort of kept up with Andrews. And
I think that's a really good way to make both people look good while still pushing the guy you want to push. Like Andrews is clearly being groomed for something big at some point.
I would have liked to see Wild Boar win. That would be my only sort of complaint. Yeah, absolutely. I just don't know what you do with him once you built him up. Like there's bigger, scarier, hungrier dudes on the roster. It's just because Andrews always seems to win, and I think they're building him. Yeah, I think that's why. Like they want to show that he can. But then who are you going to feed? Who are you going to feed him to? What, Andrews? Yeah. Maybe you don't. Maybe he's your. Maybe you go with him. Maybe take him and run. What, like Pete Dunne Championship type thing? Well, that's somewhere down the line. Tag titles. Tag titles is fine. Yeah. Build them up individually, make them look good. I don't know. We'll see. Cool. So Eddie Dennis is with Ratty. He says Ratty. I'm going to correct you every time, and it's going to become a running thing. Yeah, I am doing it intentionally now. I know, but he really irritates me. He says Eddie Dennis is undefeated. Well, really? Yeah. I mean, he's been in squash matches which haven't really shown him off very well so far. He's never looked 100% convincing in any of them. No. Even Sid Scala, curse his name, has had like a strong showing against him. So I dislike this whole thing. They're constantly doing it with this whole undefeated thing, but like we're only 10 episodes in. I mean, there's a lot of people that are undefeated. I mean, it's not like a Goldberg streak just yet. Yeah, I know. You know. He says that Eddie Dennis is undefeated. He says he hasn't had any real competition yet, showing that he's just been in squash matches. Ashton Smith comes in and congratulates him and says he can't wait to meet him in the ring. Ashton Smith and Eddie Dennis, do we think that's going to be any good? No. Simple answer. Okay, no. Well, at least it was honest. The whole promo felt really awkward. It didn't feel like anyone was taking it seriously. No. Ashton Smith came in laughing. I don't know whether he was corpsing or whether it was deliberate, but it felt weird. It felt surreal. Yep. Eddie Dennis's promos have got, surreal. Surreal is a word that describes like the painting with the clocks that are melted. I don't know if it was he didn't come in like on acid. No, it melting. It felt melting. Might as well have done. It's surreal. It was surreal to the tone of the show. Like it felt just like a bit of a laugh, a bit of a joke. It didn't feel like a comedy segment. It felt like people not taking it seriously at all. Yeah. I'm not buying. Like, I was so excited about Eddie Dennis when he was coming in with that. Like, it was great. I've been left behind. I'm bitter, as you were saying before, bitter. Now we've got like, I'm crazy and I like competition. I don't get what I don't get it. No. He's got a cool tattoo though. Has he? Yeah, he's got like a big dragon on his arm and it looks nice. A dragon? Well, he's Welsh, isn't he? Big red dragon. Oh, right, okay. Yeah. It's a bit 90s, though, isn't it? Well, yeah. But, I mean, he's probably got it in the 90s. Yeah. He's probably about the same age as me, I would assume. About 30, I don't know. 30 plus. That's all I'm saying. For me, it feels like it will be the match which really sells it or not, this Ashton Smith match. I think that could be where we see it go, if it's going to go anywhere or not. It's gonna look like a daddy long legs fighting a
pale imitation of the Rock. That's what it's gonna...
Which is actually Rampage 2.
The Rock fights a giant daddy long leg. Yeah, don't need to see that movie because it's coming on NXT UK.
Next match we have Toni Storm versus Isla Dawn. Is it Isla Dawn?
Yeah,
Isla Dawn.
I'm sure it's Isla Dawn.
Yeah.
I hope it's not Isla Dawn.
Oh, Isla Nubla. Man, Jurassic Park reference. Love it, brother. Love it. You really don't get it, though.
No, I do.
I'm still not sold on her entrance, sir. Isla Dawn's entrance. At all. In fact, I was watching this with my partner, and she turned to me, because the commentators announced that it was a white witch, and she's not that interested in wrestling. She looked up and she went, well, she's not a white witch.
Yeah, okay, so that's the thing, is that before they've been introducing her as a modern-day witch.
Which works better.
Yeah. Then they said white witch, but then later on in the match, they said the modern-day witch again. Yeah. So they need to make up their mind on what they're selling her as.
Well, they can't sell her as a white witch. A white witch is like a good witch.
Yeah, and she came out the blocks with, hyper-aggression and
Healy.
Was definitely the heel in that match.
Yeah.
So,
do we want to see spells in the middle of the ring?
Do they look like projected cockroaches on the canvas? Because if they do, then no.
That's about as far as we're getting.
Didn't work for Bray Wyatt. It's not going to work for her, is it?
No, I'm thinking more like Papa Shango voodoo.
Okay, or Undertaker lightning that's been clearly edited on afterwards.
Yeah.
I mean, they did it not that long ago, and it still looks terrible.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah,
you can't change it now.
No, I guess not. Updated lightning.
I think Isla Dawn really needs to sit down with Triple H. I know Triple H worked a lot with Shinsuke. Right, on his entrance and others in NXT who have great entrances. I think she really needs to sit down with Triple H and they need to work something out because at the minute it just feels so bland.
She could be a really key player in the women's division.
She will be
because she's incredible.
She will be,
and she's got the look, and she's actually British, which makes a change.
Scottish.
Well, that's British, isn't it?
Yeah, I suppose.
They've got independence yet.
We've got 3 Aussies in the
I know, that's the thing. We've got there's very few actual female British wrestlers in there, so it'd be nice to see them do something with Isla Dawn. I think she's really good. I just her entrance thing.
No,
it's not.
No.
It's not all the way there, is it yet?
But she starts in the ring with a really early offense.
Yeah.
Going straight into the match. Drop kick into the turnbuckles. I really liked Isla Dawn. This was a little thing about her ring psychology that I really liked. I like her pin attempts.
Yeah.
She really goes for a pin attempt, and it looks like she's really sort of pulling the legs of her.
She wants to win.
She wants to win. It feels like a constant want to win, which is really good.
That double knee early on, where she almost she was gliding into the double knees through Tony, and then hooked the leg and went for the pin, and she had this kind of pose on at the same time. Looked amazing.
It did.
Absolutely amazing.
Really, really good.
Really clean.
There was a double foot stomp from Isla Dawn.
Yeah.
Which didn't look sloppy. It looked neat.
Yeah.
Delivered with style.
Yeah, but I guess that's the thing is I think Isla Dawn's got that poise, isn't she? She's got that composure, whereas I think Dakota Kai is she's plucky and she's I'm going to stamp on you, I'm going to kick you.
Why did you think I was talking about Dakota Kai?
Because you hate her. Stop. That's why.
That's why. I thought it did look really nice. But what the other thing that I'd say in difference to Isla Dawn and Dakota Kai is it seems like Isla Dawn's not relying on the fact that she's weighs nothing. Dakota Kai clearly weighs nothing, and it feels like she relies on that to not hurt someone. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I'm with you.
She's actually using wrestling skill as opposed to just throwing herself at someone and being light.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought we've got a real problem with
No. That's fine.
Isla really dominated this match, all the way through, and she did a really good job of being in control and going from spot to spot. It really worked.
Who did she face last time we saw her?
Was
it Ginny? No. Can't be Ginny. I can't remember who it was.
It was Nina Samuels, was it?
Was it? No, I don't think so.
It was in Cambridge.
Did she won though? Did she?
Yeah,
I can't remember.
Nina Samuels is the only one that loses all the time, so I presume it was.
But I remember not being overly impressed with her in the first match.
I agree. And same with the NXT UK.
Yeah, from there to here, she was just amazing.
Yeah, no, she was good.
Really
I thought she did a really good job. And Storm gets back into it in the end. German suplex, butt to the face.
Yeah.
What's it called? Hip attack.
It is. It is a hip attack.
It's a bump to the face.
Yeah, but I don't know whether it sounds quite so good on commentary. She's bombed her in the face.
It sounds perfect on commentary. And if they're going to continue making innuendos, like you said in the first match, there was
well, yeah. So Xia Brookside versus Rhea Ripley. There was a weird bit on commentary where they go, Rhea Ripley is really having her way with Xia here.
Yeah,
and I was like, okay, you know what you're implying when you say that. Like, do you know, like you don't say that in ignorance. Like, if you say you're having your way with someone, like, even in the context of wrestling, it's going to invoke certain like connotations with people's heads.
Yes.
Like, you know what you're saying, so just like either roll with it or don't do it. But they do it a lot, actually. I noticed I think it was like in a Brock Lesnar match a few months ago. He said, "Oh, he's really having his way with him," and I was like, I think that's weird choice of language.
It's weird. It's weird sexual innuendo, which when it doesn't need to be.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't need to be.
Especially not with Brock Lesnar and his fig roll bottom teeth. Have you seen his bottom teeth? No. Oh, he grinds his teeth, man, and the tops of all of his teeth are like quite thick teeth because it's Brock Lesnar, and so he has like 2 lines of teeth,
but they're all made out of muscle.
No, because he grinds his teeth and they're all like black on the top. They all look like fig rolls. Oh man! Right now I've told you. Man. Once you like notice,
that makes me feel a bit gross.
Yeah.
It makes me feel like a bit.
Yeah. But you don't have to kiss him, so that's good.
Tony, not. Because his lips will give me a suplex. He's that muscular.
Oh, you can just imagine him and his partner on a night.
Oh no, I can't. No, and I don't want
it. Give me a kiss, and he just suplexes her onto the bed,
just like whoa, via his face.
Oh god, so Toni Storm gets a Storm Zero for the win, but this match wasn't about Toni Storm at all. I mean, she did a lot of selling for Isla Dawn. She sort of helped build her up, and I'm down with that, man.
Yeah,
I'm down with that completely. So in the bracketology, we've got in the next episode, which is coming right up, so stick around, check it out on YouTube. We've got Toni Storm versus Gimme.
Yes, looking forward to that one.
Can anyone say German suplex?
Oh, I know.
I mean, because Gimme was selling those against, you know, it's going to be awesome, and I can't wait to cover it in the next episode.
Yeah.
Next match, we have El Ligero versus Jordan Devlin with the heartbeat at the start of the music, just like another famous WWE superstar.
I know.
Ollie wants to do a new segment on the podcast. What's your new segment, Ollie?
It's called The Balor Tally. And you're gonna put that up in a graphic, aren't you? As I go like that, it's gonna come up like
definitely.
Balotelli.
Yeah, definitely.
So every time commentary or an interview or somebody mentions Finn Balor in relation to Devlin, I think we should keep count, and I might go back retroactively and watch the Devlin segments again and see how many times Balor's been mentioned in relation to Devlin, because every single episode, apart from one, they've said, "This is Jordan Devlin, and he really wants to get out from under the."
He really wants to be Finn Balor.
And this time round, they said, he's trying to get away from under the shadow of Finn Balor or something like that. And then I think Nigel McGuinness went, "No, he has done that. He has gotten out of the shadow of Finn Balor." I was like, he would if you'd stop talking about it. For God's sake, every single match, like every single one, apart from one, and it's getting so annoying now. Like,
are you angry?
I genuinely got really mad at that. And I had no right to be angry at that match because that match was absolutely incredible.
It's a good match.
It was amazing. I think it might be my favourite match that we've had on NXT UK.
You've said that 3 times though.
I know, but that's the nature of things getting better.
Yeah, fair enough.
I
will say this: going into the match, El Ligero versus Devlin, it's a main event, and I don't know if it's had to build up to be a main event just yet.
It got one segment, didn't it? Which was just Devlin going, I don't like you because you wear a mask.
You pretend to be a luchador.
Yeah.
You pretend to be a luchador.
Let's stay away from accents.
This is I just thought it was quite weird to be a main event. It didn't feel like it had enough build-up. And actually, the audience felt tired during this match. Even though later on they realised that they're watching something good and start the This Is Awesome chants. The crowd did feel quite dead for it. But two talented guys, to be honest. Ligero makes anyone look great, and Devlin is able to keep up the quick plays. And I think Devlin impressed me more than he has done at any other point.
I think every Devlin match has been getting better.
It has,
And this one was a really nice kind of blow off to how good, to show just how good he is. Yeah.
It feels like these two, if there was sort of a mid-card belt, these two would be sort of perfect in that sort of competition for it right now.
You know what? I think I disagree.
Right.
I think both of them are main event quality. I could watch Ligero versus Pete Dunne for the title.
I think it'd be amazing, but I don't think I believe that Ligero had a chance of winning. That's the problem.
Oh, Ligero's amazing.
Ligero is amazing, but I still don't think... Maybe it's just a lack of character development.
Certainly.
How are you going to develop a guy from Leeds who's
NXT UK? Well, I mean, this is the thing, is that, like, for how good he is in the ring, like, you watch it, he's so clean. Everything is incredibly smooth. They work from spot to spot with no awkwardness, no kind of like weird. You know, sometimes you get a match and you can see them edging towards a spot, and it feels a little bit like janky, a little bit awkward. With this, like, it's just move to move to move to move, clean all the way through. Two incredibly talented workers. You know, Devlin's good on the mic, and I think he's proved that. He's good in the ring. He's he's getting better all the time. It feels natural. The only thing that with Ligero is I've only heard him speak twice, and it feels awkward. But I would watch him. I would watch him face Pete Dunne. Maybe not beat him, but certainly be at that main event level where he's competing for it. Because he's incredible. He's one of the best workers in the UK. I
suppose what I'm saying is, because I can't see Ligero with the NXT UK title, but I could see him with the mid-card title quite happily, and as a real sort of fan favourite as well.
I don't know if it's just because I'm a big fan of Ligero.
Okay.
I'm a huge Ligero fan. El Ligero, obviously.
It's great.
But I could see him with the UK title. Cool. Because I think he's almost a perfect image for what British wrestling can be. It doesn't have to be
pretend Mexican.
No, well, yeah.
Go on.
I mean, think about who's got a character that's as believable as Ligero's is, in terms of, like, so we know he's not Mexican. We know he's from Leeds, and they keep making a point of saying that, you know, he's from Leeds.
They're really selling that, yeah.
But I'm interested in that character. The whole thing where they said he was like nervous and shy, and the mask really helped him. Think how many storylines you've got to build out of that. The feuds that you could have, you know, like the people trying to demask him, trying to like break him down and stuff like that. You know, there's so much potential with that. He is so good, and I think because he's just been around British wrestling for so long,
he's really great.
He's had some of the best matches. I mean, like, who was it? I think it was Jay Lethal he had a match with last year or the year before. And it was one of the best matches I've ever seen. And it was at that point I realised, no, he's not just a gimmick guy. He could be top talented level. Yeah. I think I could see him with the NXT UK Championship. Cool. And I think he'd be a good, because he, as well, with the British kind of lucha stuff that he sometimes has, you know, with like the British Union Jack mask and stuff. I don't know, I could see it. I could see him with the title.
Great.
Yeah, they are.
Really, like, you know, when we look at like World of Sport with Robbie X, his mask always looked real cheap to me, but Ligero's looks like a really professional. He's
and this is the thing. Okay, so also, if you want someone to be the face of British wrestling, I can't think of someone better than Ligero in terms of just like, think about the quality of matches you're going to get from your champion.
Okay,
they're going to be incredible.
You might have taught me around.
I like him.
You might have taught me around.
I like him as a champion.
You've got me excited.
I want to see Pete Dunne versus Ligero. Book it now.
Book it now. But instead we're getting Devlin and Pete Dunne.
I'm happy with that.
I don't think
Devlin. I don't think Devlin will win, but I think he'll give him a really good match.
I only believe Gibson is the person that can take it in the minute. I really do. That's the only person I actually believe.
I could see Mastiff squashing him.
Mastiff squashing Dunne?
Yeah.
No, not.
I could see them going for a surprise squash.
Yeah, so Devlin shouts at Ligero, "You're not on my level," whilst he has the lead. Some real nice character work in the ring and storytelling. Yeah. Ligero was able to reverse a tilt while backbreaker into a crossbody, which was really impressive. Yeah. I mean, I can't write all the moves down because there's so many impressive moves by these two. And there was also some really great classic wrestling style here. Like when Devlin was in a lockup midway through the match and Devlin drops down to one knee to stop being able to get really good classic wrestling stuff in the middle of a quite well put together spot heavy match. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Really great storytelling.
A really nice blend of styles, but I mean they can both work a range of both of those guys can work a range of styles, and their chain wrestling, their grappling was on par with everything else. They would, you had really solid chain wrestling in the same match that you had, like Spanish flies and all kinds of stuff. So I think it was just a really good match.
It was a really good match. It was a really good match. It's a shame the crowd weren't more active for it, actually.
Yeah, they built up towards the end. We got a "This is awesome" chant.
Yeah, but it felt a bit lazy.
But I wonder whether it's the muted sound. I don't know if the sound is very good. I don't know if it was... Yeah.
I bet we'd hear him if Gibson come out. Devlin does a move where he drags Ligero really quickly into a backdrop driver, which looks awesome. It was the speed at which he sort of pulls him up into it was great. It sells that first move as well as the second move.
Nigel McGuinness sold that so well as well.
Yeah.
Oh my god! How did he kick out of that? It's just like, I've never heard you so excited, Nigel.
The other part of the match that was really good storytelling wise was the idea of Ligero getting to the top rope to get a move, but Devlin won't let him get up there to get his advantage. When he eventually does go for a splash, Devlin gets his knees up, which is great. It's this idea that he won't let Ligero get into his element, because if he gets into his element, then he'll lose.
That is a danger,
Clever storytelling. Devlin gets his Spanish fly, which was awesome. I mean, I love me a Spanish fly, and so impressive. I don't understand how it works. I couldn't do it. Ligero eventually gets the splash and goes for the pin, so you sort of built up all the way through the match so that Ligero's flying moves are devastating, and Devlin kicks out. It's great. It's really great. The build up for the moment and the near fall really works because of that. Devlin then delivers an awesome knee strike into his finisher for the win, that flipping side wall slam thing.
And now that they've got the camera angles right on that, it looks
a lot better.
Amazing.
It did look a lot better. Devlin wants Pete Dunne next, calling him out at the end of the episode. A really good match. Really sold me on Devlin a lot more than I had been. Have you got any other points?
I'm excited for Devlin versus Pete Dunne now. Yeah,
I think it'd be a good match.
I think they did a really good job of having a lot of near falls towards the end of the match. There was I think it was 3 different occasions where I thought, well, that's the match done. I thought that's it over. And it's very rare now that
and it could have been either way as well. Which is
I wasn't sure who was going to win. I kind of thought it would be Devlin, but there was points where I went, oh no, they're having Ligero go.
Wow. Cool.
The backdrop drive was amazing. Handstand Hurricane Rana on the outside was amazing.
Yeah,
as well.
That was really good.
There was a bunch of really good moves. Yellow shirt guy is an issue.
Who's yellow shirt?
Yellow shirt guy's in the front of the audience.
I didn't notice him actually.
And he's been on every episode so far.
Dude.
And it makes it really clear that it's not like week to week. Do you know what I mean? Because he's always in the same spot. Okay. He's always stood up when everybody else has sat down, and he's wearing a really bright fluorescent yellow shirt. And for me, it just makes me go like, oh, please stop showing this dude.
I didn't know this one.
I picked up straight
Can we get over that though? I mean,
I can't get
There's a guy in the front row at Raw and SmackDown who has the green jumper with the smiley face, and he doesn't actually sit there week to week. But if you was to watch back from the mid-90s, he's always there.
They made a lot of weird noises in the match. That's something I noticed.
Who did? The crowd?
Devlin and...
there was a really weird noise. And I was like... when he went from the ropes.
I think the crowd picked up on it and then started doing it.
Oh, is that what they were doing?
They kept going making a weird... But there was quite a lot of grunting. And
was it a Seth Rollins noise?
It wasn't like a... It was more like a kind of weird croaky grunt. Okay. It was weird, but...
Cool. Yeah. So into our ratings. Best match?
Ligero Devlin.
Agreed. Best performer? It's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one. Okay, so I really liked Isla Dawn Isla Dawn. I really liked her this match.
She really carried that match.
If the match had been given longer, it might have gone to her.
Yeah.
But just because Ligero Devlin got a really good match and a lot of time, it's got to be one of those guys. I think Ligero, for me, Devlin was great and he was really good, but Ligero, had just every single match, he makes the most of every opportunity he gets.
Okay.
He always looks like a 5-star performer every single match that he gets.
Yeah. It's a really tough one, isn't it?
I'm giving it to Ligero.
They're giving it to Ligero. I'll give it to Devlin then. I think so, to give him a bit of a rub. The gay star rating for the entire. How many gay stars did it get?
3. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say
it was good.
2.5. It was really good. Yeah, it was really good. Wild Boar
it was really good.
Me.
Half marks, 50%.
No, man, but like 3 is like me getting like really excited. 3 is, Anyway,
what happens when something gets 5 stars?
Dude, have you seen WrestleMania 10? I just go into a coma and just like start shaking. Yeah. Yeah, really good. Enjoyed the episode and looking forward to more, especially with the women's tournament coming up. If you've enjoyed this episode, stick around for episode 10, which will be on that YouTube sidebar right now.
Double digits.
10. And also, if you like us on Facebook, we'll let you know when the videos are coming out as soon as they are available. And Twitter as well, we live stream stuff. Dom likes to tweet out during live events, which is awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Keep it gay.